Renters, really quick. Do you know when your lease ends? Are you sure? Are you positive? Because if your lease started on June 15th, does it end on June 14th, June 15th, June 30th, or July 31st? It was 9 months ago that you signed that lease. You might want to go check that before we sit down and have a conversation about a pre-approval and the home buying process. You might think, Allison, you're being crazy. Like, I know when my lease ends, and if I find something early, I can break my lease and my landlord will understand. Your landlord has a mortgage. That mortgage has to be paid. So if you leave early, you may have a penalty that you're incurring as the tenant because you are breaking your lease. It seems like common sense, but guys, it happens more often than you would want to think about. And unfortunately, if you're buying a home and you're putting all this money into purchasing a home, and then you find out that you're on the hook for 6 months of your rent, that's not a happy conversation. That's why if I have somebody who's renting, my first conversation with them is, okay, so what's your timeline? When is your lease going to end? And what is this going to look like for you? If it's 6 months out, all right, let's get the process started. And then probably in the next month or two, we can really start hitting the ground running. I'm not going to start taking you on house tours 6 months out if you're not comfortable with possibly breaking your lease and paying 2 or 3 months of your rent. I'm not going to do it because I'm putting you in a bad situation. So if you are thinking about buying a house and you are currently renting, rule number 1 is not get a pre-approval. Rule number 1 is read your lease, figure out what day your lease ends, what penalties you are going to incur if you break your lease early, and then contact your realtor, get your pre-approval, and then start the home buying process.